The Many Characters of Doctor Who. Entry 3. Ian Chesterton. Ian Chesterton was a human science teacher at Coal Hill School who travelled alongside the first incarnation of the Doctor and was one of the 4 members of the original cast of Doctor Who. He appeared in the show from 1963 to 1965, being in the majority of the first 2 seasons. In the main programme, he was played by William Russell, but he was also played by Roy Castle in the 1965 film Doctor Who and the Daleks. Although apart from sharing the same name, this character had very little in common with the main show's Ian, being portrayed as Barbara's clumsy idiot boyfriend. In total, William Russell's Ian appeared in 16 stories comprised of 77 episodes. His first appearance was in the story An Unearthly Child, where after becoming concerned about the behaviour of one of his students, Susan Foreman, he followed her home alongside a colleague, Barbara Wright, a history teacher we shall cover in the next episode, to find that where she claimed to live was simply a junkyard with an old police box at the centre. He and Barbara barged their way into the box and found that it was a spaceship and that Susan and her grandfather, the Doctor, were aliens. Despite he and Barbara wanting to leave immediately, the Doctor kidnapped them and took them on several adventures where they eventually gained enough of his trust to be let back to their own time, as long as they told no one of what they experienced in a story called The Chase. Over his adventures, Ian proved himself to be very physically capable and took on a lot of the physical challenges that the Doctor, Barbara, Susan and later Vicky would not be able to do. His concern for the safety of Barbara and Susan often led to conflicts between him and the Doctor, as the Doctor would sometimes put his own intellectual curiosity over protecting his companions. Although the chemistry between himself and Barbara was always quite evident, they did not express their true feelings to each other until some time after they left the TARDIS. They eventually married. Ian was shown to be capable of many things during his time as a companion, including producing natural fires, riding horses and sword fighting. One story even saw Ian receive a knighthood from King Richard I. Ian Chesterton was planned to return during the 1983 story Mandarin Undead, but when William Russell proved unavailable, his role was replaced by the Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Sarah Jane Smith once mentioned that by 2010 both Ian and Barbara became professors at Cambridge and for unknown reasons have failed to age since the 1960s. Ian Chesterton became the chairman of the Board of Governors at Coal Hill School by 2013. Ian and Barbara had a son called John at some point in the 1970s. Jamie Glover has also played William Russell, the actor who played Ian, on screen in An Adventure in Time and Space, and then portrayed Ian himself in a series of audio dramas following afterwards.